Morning. Am I audible to you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in the last class, we see scope of the variables along with other things. Um, Last time you guys just told me what is local variable and global variable and which is the scope of a function or any C program. Okay, global variables means what? If you declare any variable with a value outside your main function, then global value will be like useful for any part of the program. But local variables are valid only inside your main functions. Okay, so similar means with the same concept. Another thing is here storage class. So storage class in C mainly used to determine the lifetime, visibility, memory location, and initial value of a variable. Okay, so it's basically check initial, variables, also checks memory location, then lifetime of your variable. Okay, and also like the scope scope inside means whether it is local or global. So there are basically four types of storage class. Okay, one is automatic, second external, then your static, and your register. So these are the four types of storage classes in your C programs. So what is automatic? So these are nothing but your variables. Okay, so automatic variables are allocated automatically at runtime. Okay, runtime. Okay, so basically the storage place here is the RAM. Okay, and the default value is the garbage value. Okay, default value is the garbage value, and it is scope is basically local. You use it as a local variable. So since it is a local variable, the lifetime of automatic variables are only within the function. Okay, lifetime is within the function only. Okay. So the main keywords used to define an automatic variable is auto. Okay. So basically in C, every local variable is automatic by default. In C, okay. So since lifetime is within the function only, the memory assigned to the automatic variables gets freed when you exit from the block, right? So example can be, it's nothing but your local variable, just that if you want to specify it as automatic variable, then you have to use auto. And even if you don't do that, still fine, because all local variables are your by default automatic variable. So you can just take any variable actually. Inside your int main function, if you declare int a or character b, float c, all these variables are nothing but your auto variables. Okay, these are automatic variables. So if you print these variables, if you just directly print %d, %c, %f, a, b, c, then you will get just output as the garbage value. Okay, output will be like, will come like garbage, garbage, garbage. Okay. So this is your normal automatic variables. In some places, you might see that people are defining with the keyword auto. Okay, then also fine. Okay, next come is your static variables or static storage class. Okay, so static variables you can define inside or between multiple functions. Okay, static specifier can just hold their values between the multiple functions. So that means what? Statics value are also, these are also local variables, but thing is static variable can hold between the multiple function call. Okay. So static local variables are visible only to the function or the block in which they are defined. Okay. So same static variable can be declared many times but can be assigned at one time only. So it allows multiple declaration but single assignment. So in case of static, the default value is 0. Okay. 0. And it is also just stored in your RAM. So lifetime, as I mentioned, till the end of the main program and retains value between the multiple function call. Okay. So example I can give you. So the keyword here is the static itself. Static. Okay. Static is a keyword. So for example, you can initialize something like you can define static character C. Static int I, anything. Okay. So you can simply just use it like global variable. It's also allowed. It's fine. So if you print the values, then you will get all zeros. Okay. Because by default value are your 0. Okay. So if you want to see another program, how we can use it, like it is valid only inside your main program or code, it will be like, for example, void sum. That means you are going to use a function sum without any argument. So here you are defining variable static in equal to 10, then static in p equal to 20. So suppose you want to just print the values. Okay, then you are just going to increase the values, increment the value. Okay, this is your function. What is basically printing the values first, then incrementing the value by 1. Okay, so here maybe inside your main function, int I, normal variable, that means it's an auto variable for I equal to 0 and I less than 3 plus I, you are calling the function. Okay, calling the function sum. Okay, so all the static variables holds their value between multiple function call. So here I am calling this function 3 times. Okay, I am not calling the function only once. Here I put it inside the loop, then say as long as I value is less than 3, then sum will be activated or executed 3 times. Okay, that means so the output of this program will be what? The sum function has been called 3 times here. So what it does? So in the output, first it will print the original value which is 10 and 20. Okay. So next it call again, I will be like 1. Then it will again increment the value. Now value will be 11 and 21. Okay. Then again it is inside the loop. As long as it's less than 3, it will run again. That means it will run one more time and it will become, after increment, 12 and 22. Okay. So the lifespan of static variables can just change between your main program and the multiple function call. Okay, you just define the variables just once here, means then same you can means it will be alive multiple times inside your multiple function call. Okay, so auto done, static done, then we come to the register. So any value you define as register is allocated inside the memory into the CPU register. Okay. Here memory allocation for register is the register. Inside CPU we have different register. Memory allocation is it in CPU register. The previous three were adjust at RAM. Okay. Auto static storage place is inside the RAM. Here storage place is CPU register, and here also the default value is the garbage value. And scope is local. That means lifespan is within the function only. Within the function. So with the help of register, we can store pointers. Okay. That means we can store pointers. Pointers will be like in next unit pointer. That means your address of the variable. Okay, so with the help of register, you can just store the address of the variable. So static variables cannot be stored into the register since we cannot use more than one storage specifier for the same variable. But in some compiler, you might see, means compiler wise the default value might be changed. By default is garbage value, but in some places like with some compiler you might get the value 0 also. Okay, it is possible. Okay, example, so the keyword is just the register itself. Okay, keyword here is the register. The word register is a keyword to define your register variable. Example, suppose how you declare it, just use register then in a inside your function, just declare it like this. Okay, if you print the value, in some places you can see 0 and in some places you might see the garbage value. Okay, so just remember, if you use int a for the register and in the specifier you have to write the same specifier. You cannot use others. Okay, otherwise it will just give you compile time error. But in case of static, even if you declare, like static float b, then in the printf, even if you write %d, it might work. Okay, or in place of character, if you write the person B, still it's fine. Okay, if you declare float, or even though if you declare character, sometimes it works. Okay, but for the register, you will get compiler error. Whatever variable you define, the data type, you have to use the same specifier. Okay, so next is the external. External is again storage location is your RAM. RAM. Okay, and default value is 0. The scope here is global. It's not local. Remember, auto static register scope is local. You can use it as a local variable. Static, you can use global variable, but it's mainly for like if you use it inside your functions, okay, multiple times. Okay, but extern is by default it's just global. So till the end of the main program may be declared anywhere in the program. Okay, and the keyword here is extern. Okay, keyword is extern. So external storage class is mainly used to tell the compiler that the variable defined as the extern is declared with an external linkage elsewhere in the program. Okay, so variables declared as extern are not allocated any memory, but it is only the declaration and intended to specify that the variable is declared elsewhere in the program, not inside the program. Okay, so we can just initialize external variable globally. Okay, we cannot initialize the external variable inside your code. Okay, it will always use inside a different code. Okay, for example, if you use so you have to use it like int a, int main. Then here inside the main function, you have to use the word extern, int a. Okay. So variable is defined globally. The memory will not be allocated in a. So int a is your external variable which has been declared globally. So when you just write extern int a, it's not going to allocate a separate storage place for int a because it's already declared globally. So if you see the output here, you will get this 0. Okay. But if you don't mention it here, if you don't write this line here, then you will get an error. Okay. You will get an error. It will say that undefined thing. Okay. If you don't put the word keyword extern int a, then it's fine. It's just local variable. But if you use extern, make sure you have defined the variable globally. Okay. If you don't do this, don't write this int a globally, then you will get error. It will be an error. Okay. So if you don't want to get error, just declare it globally. And suppose here you have declared it like int a equal to maybe 10. You have decided the value, and here you don't write this value. Okay, you don't use extern. If you don't use the extern here, and simply write printf %d a, and later you write in a equal to 20, still you will get an error. Okay, it will be a compile time error. Okay, but here, if you do not write this int a here, and inside the program you declare extern int a, then the output will be 20. Okay, the main meaning of extern is that the variable has been declared outside the main function. Okay, it is declared externally somewhere else in the whole program. Okay, so just remember 4 types: static, external, auto, and register. These are just conceptual, but when you write like normal things, like normal program, people rarely use this storage class. Okay. In some applications, you might have to use this type of storage class. Okay. Okay. So all these things are your static. That means static variables. Now that means what? Once you declare or assign any values in those variables, the value will remain same. It is not going to change during the runtime. These are static memory. Now we also have dynamic memory. Okay, dynamic memory you will see in case of like in some arrays or structures, we have dynamic memory. Dynamic memory allocation. So with the help of dynamic memory allocation, you can just allocate memory at runtime. Normally what? For normal variables like static and all those things, static storage classes, once you allocate a memory, it will remain same. You cannot change during the runtime. But dynamic memory allocation concept will help you to allocate memory at the runtime. Okay. So for dynamic memory allocation, we have 4 functions. Okay. There are 4 functions. And to use those functions, you have to use standard library.h header file. Okay, you have to use stdlib.h. Okay, so your 4 functions are malloc, calloc, valloc, valloc, and free. Okay, so for storage, static storage class, we have 4 variables. Similarly, for dynamic allocations, we have 4 functions. Okay, so static memory allocation means what? Just remember small things. Static memory So static memory means memory is allocated in compile time. Okay, and here memory is allocated during runtime. Okay, and here memory cannot be increased. Cannot be increased while executing your program. In program execution. But here memory can be increased. While program execution. Then static memory mainly used for array. Okay, so whatever array we use for that, static memory allocation is used. And for dynamic memory allocation, we use linked list. Okay, linked list again is a data structure. Array is a data structure. Linked list is also a data structure. About the linked list also, you will get more knowledge in next semester. In next semester, you have a subject name, data structure, and algorithms. Okay, and in that subject, you will be more uh, you will dive deep into this type of concept about the data structure, right? Remember, array is like something like this, contiguous memory. Okay, and remember in last class I also mentioned about the stack. Stack was like inverted memory. Okay, this was your stack. Okay, this is your array. So how linked list is that? Linked list is not contiguous. In stack and array, both are like contiguous. It's one after one. In case of linked list, the concept is like a node. Okay, it can be just stored anywhere inside your memory. Just that inside the node, you have the data and address. Okay, address of the next pointer. All the nodes inside the linked list are joined by the pointer that links to the other node. Okay, about the linked list, you will get to know in next semester. Other than linked list, we have other types of data structures like queue. Queue is also something like array or stack. Just the difference is that in stack, it's last in first out, and in queue, it's first in first out. Stack is also known as LIFO, that is last in first out, and queue is your first in first out. So queue, you can just think about any queue. Even if you go for the movie halls, you just make a line, right? So whoever is the first in the counter, he will get the ticket. So it's like first come first serve thing. Okay, apart from tree, we have queue, we have trees are like just like trees. Okay, and then we have graphs. Tree is also like a graph. It's basically based on nodes and all. Okay, about the data structure will come later on. Okay, so just before that, in here also in some places we use dynamic memory allocation. So let's see what is malloc function. Okay, so malloc function allocates single block of requested memory. Single block of requested memory. And what is calloc? Remember, these are all small case, small letter, M, C, and all. Kellogg can allocate multiple blocks. Multiple block of requested memory. Okay, malloc single block and Kellogg multiple blocks. What realloc does, it can reallocate. From the name itself, we'll know it can reallocate the memory occupied by malloc function or your Kellogg function. Okay, so if you have added some memory during the runtime using malloc or Kellogg function, you can just reallocate those memories occupied by both malloc or Kellogg. Okay, then we have free. What it does, it simply frees the dynamically allocated memory. So it's like during runtime only, right? So if you allocate any memory during the runtime with the help of free function, you can free those allocated memory. So malloc function does not initialize memory at execution site. Okay, so it has a garbage value initially. Okay, about the malloc and Kellogg, we will more see in pointers. Okay, as you know, this is mainly used for your linked list. That means we are concerned about pointers. That means address of your variable. We will see them. Okay. So normally, how we allocate the syntax, I just want to show you the syntax for malloc function. For most of the cases, it's just same. We just write the pointer, then we write cast type of the pointer, then we write malloc, then we write the byte size we are requesting. So you can, for example, you can just initialize something as int pointer, that is the cast type is int type, then malloc, okay, then n into, maybe n is the number of elements in your case, then you can just write size of int. Okay, I'll continue this topic when we will get the pointer. Okay. So just remember, these main functions are like this. Malloc will allocate single block of requested memory. Kellogg will allocate multiple blocks of requested memory. Realloc will reallocate the memory occupied by malloc or Kellogg, and free will simply free the dynamically allocated memory. Okay, so that's it for today. So today we have seen two things: static memory allocation with the help of storage classes. We have four functions or four things: extern, register, static.
ম্যাম
uh,
ম্যাম মেলকটো কি বুজাইছে?
malloc, calloc, free, those are for dynamic memory allocation. Mane during runtime, if you want to allocate some memory, then you can use the concept of malloc, calloc and all. Okay. Storage
Okay, ma'am.
process are all static. Static memory allocation and dynamic memory allocation key difference. Static, we allocate during the compile time. Dynamic memory, we allocate during the runtime. Okay, static memory allocation mainly used for array, and dynamic memory allocation mainly used in linked list. Not only linked list, even if it's any pointer involved, we mainly concern about the address. Okay, so memory, in case of static allocation, you cannot increase the memory. Whatever you have assigned a value, like for the array, okay, if you define the size of the array as 10, that means you cannot put more values more than 10. Only 10 elements are allowed in array because you have assigned it 10. You cannot just simply increase the size of the array in halfway. Okay, inside an array with size 10, you cannot put 100 elements. Okay, so in case of linked list, in linked list also normally we just define the size, but the fact is we can dynamically allocate more memory. Okay, we will see the program for these functions malloc, calloc and all when we will come to the point of pointers. Okay, so next unit will start from the structure and pointer. Pointer means nothing but the address of your variable. So if we are dealing with the address part, sometimes we can use malloc, calloc functions. Okay, for the time being, just remember what is static memory allocation and what is dynamic. Dynamic means you can allocate during the runtime. So for example, just imagine even if you have your array size is 10, you can add 100 elements by adding memory dynamically during runtime. Okay, it just makes the provision. Okay, this meeting is going to end soon. Stop sharing, take attendance. You guys can switch on your videos. Wow, nice. 30 students today. তিনিটা student missing. I guess এটা Vishnupriya হব. Anyone knows Vishnupriya? Oh, Vishnupriya Sakya is present today. Wow, can I see your face? Vishnupriya Sakya. Vishnupriya, Vishnupriya. Oh, সবে পালানে marks? I guess it's already updated. Points কোনে grade কোনে কিমান পালে?
Yes, ma'am.
So কেনেকুৱা আহিছে? Pointer